Good morning and welcome to episode 50 of a Disney Life podcast. This is a place where friends old and new can come together to talk about our Disney adventures in one location. My name is Rachel and I'm joined this morning by my co host, Missy. Good morning, Missy.
Hey, Rachel, it's great to be with you chatting about Disney today.
As always, it is. So today we have a special episode all about Cool Kids Summer, which is returning to Walt Disney World Resort from May 26th until September 8th, 2026. So we'll be talking about some of the special offerings that will be happening across the parks, as well as some openings of other events and attractions that are coming back or premiering themselves too. Then we'll finish it off with a question about pools and your tip of the week. So stay tuned as we get right into Cool Kids Summer at Walt Disney World Resort.
So, Cool Kids Summer at Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando is coming back for its second year this year. Don't be discouraged if you are not a kid or if you don't have kids, because there's still a lot of exciting things happening for you at Disney World in Orlando, even if you're not of the age that is considered to be a child. So, don't turn off the episode just because we're talking about that today, because there may still be something that interests you. So, as Rachel mentioned, Cool Kids Summer is happening from May 16th to September 8th of 2026. So, this is a limited time event. We talked about it last year when it was brand new here on the podcast, and we kind of laughed at it a little bit, kind of commenting between ourselves. We've got Universal opening their brand new Epic Universe theme park, which is quite epic. And Disney throws in this, here, come to Cool Kids Summer. I
Yeah.
mean, if there's anything that can attract us, it's telling us we're cool. So, I mean, I would go to be cool, even if that's not the meaning of it. I don't know about you, Rachel, but I want to be a cool kid.
Right? Me too. Absolutely. And I want my kids to think I'm a cool kid.
Yes. The ultimate goal. If our kids would only think
Yes.
we're cool.
Right. Yeah.
If anybody figures out how to accomplish that out there, let us know. But I mean, I'm not really willing to change the way I am anyway. So probably don't let us know. I don't know. Anyway, so to
Right.
me,
Yes. Yeah.
I want to get this main thing out of the way here right off the bat, because to me personally, as the adult and the person paying for the trip, the best thing to me about Cool Kids Summer is the discounts that we have seen for this summer. We saw some last year also. I think the biggest one out there right now, as far as the hotel rooms are concerned, is a Disney Plus offer that's available for certain hotels. So it's not all of Disney's hotels, but it is a handful of them with some really,
Mhm.
really significantly discounted rates. So you can get a room at All Star Sports for $99 a night, which I mean, that I get we're going back, I think, 15 years or so since we really saw
Right.
prices
Yeah.
down in that range pretty normally. And $99 a night at All Star Sports. There are rooms at Port Orleans Riverside starting at $169. And these are for a broad category of dates. I think they have them split down this year into two different travel periods. One is through July, and then the other starting in August. There's a little bit of a time frame that's a little bit more in August than it is in July. But there's a long span of dates out there. I think the best offer is the Cars Family Suite offer. If you have a larger family traveling, or even if you just like to have more space, I think, was it 249 a night, Rachel? I think it was 249 a night, and then in the higher price range, I think it was 269 just for certain dates. But
Yeah.
that's an
I
excellent
know it was in
deal
the
for that.
200s. Yes. Yes. For sleeping a family of 6 or a party of 6, that's fantastic.
And typically those rooms are 500, 600 plus throughout the year. So
Mhm.
you're looking at a really significant discount there. You can also do a studio over at Saratoga Springs. I think that was around 279 a night. And then also over at Animal Kingdom Lodge, we've got another deluxe resort in the mix here. If you book a Savannah room there, they're as low as 369 a night. So as far as nightly rates go, those are pretty good in this day and age. So, again, that's exclusive for Disney Plus subscribers. It's an offer that's out there. There are also other room discounts, and the free dining offer is available this summer also,
Mhm.
which is a big savings if you want to have your meals included. So, don't let
Yeah.
the fact that you don't have kids steer you away from getting a great offer this summer on a Disney hotel. And if you do have kids, then goodness gracious, if you haven't booked something already, get out there and check on these special offers because they do have some pretty hefty discounts for these summer travel dates.
Yeah, I'll add in 2 things. If you get the Disney Plus offer, obviously, somebody on staying in the room has to have a Disney Plus subscription, so keep that in mind. You'll also need to sign up for Disney Plus Perks, which I don't remember that being a requirement last year. I could be wrong, but you do
I
have
think
to
the
sign up for
perks
Disney
might
Plus
be
Perks,
new
which
because
is free.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember hearing about the perks prior to this. I think it was a
Yeah.
new thing, a pretty new thing just before this offer dropped this year. I don't think it was
Mhm.
even something you had to do last year. But yes, it is a free
Yeah, so
thing that goes along with your Disney Plus
yes.
subscription that you would already have.
Yeah, it is absolutely free, and it may take a couple of hours for it to activate before you can book this discount or have your travel agent book this discount on your behalf. Another thing, too, is that with these discounts, in the last several years, the shift in the parks has really been to when is the least crowded time for my family to visit. And because of that, travel has been pulled away from the summer months. And now I know it's Central Florida. It is very hot in June, July, and August. But if anything, Disney is deeply discounting summer months because it has really turned into a different travel season there. Where summer used to be peak travel season, it is no longer peak travel season at Walt Disney World. So if this is the only time your family can travel to Walt Disney World, give it a go. Stock up on some of those personalized miniature fans that you can take around with you, cooling towels, and have a great time at Walt Disney World because crowds are not there. If they were there, these discounts would not be available. Disney would not discount so steeply if it was not a low season now at the parks.
I actually was chatting with somebody about this offer last week, and the response to me was, "Well, what's wrong with the Cars suites?" I said, "What do you mean, what's wrong with them? Well, why are they only discounting cars? Like, why are these all so specific? Like, it's a standard room at All Star Sports. It's specifically the Cars suites at Art of Animation. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the Cars suites. We've talked about them here
Mm,
before. They're absolutely adorable. It's simply an inventory thing. These categories that are
yeah.
discounted are rooms that they have more of than other rooms. I believe we have a whole extra building in the car section that we don't have in the Lion King or the Finding Nemo section at Art of Animation. So please don't think there's anything wrong with these rooms. You're not getting defective rooms or rooms that are like so far out of the way they're completely undesirable. That is not the case here. This is
Yeah.
entirely an inventory and just wanting to fill to capacity if they can, and they're willing to give you a deep discount on the rooms to try to get you on property. So might as well take advantage of
Right.
it.
Yeah. Because let me tell you, there's nothing wrong with the Savannah View at Animal Kingdom Lodge. They're
Mm,
just more expensive. So,
right. Right. But it really brings it
yeah, you're
down
not gonna
into
ask that
range.
question. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, these are very reasonably and well priced and worth it, especially if you want a resort day to sit back or like to take your time in the morning to sit back and watch some animals. These are fantastic rates and I can't express enough about how really crowds have shifted over the last couple of years and don't be afraid to take your family in the summer.
And I think so many people started reading online that, there's so many blogs, podcasts, YouTubers out there. Everybody's sharing this information that didn't used to be out there. It used to be that secret quiet time down there was September, October, right after so many kids were back in school. And I think that's shifted now. Like you're saying, basically
Yeah.
opposite because so many people are delaying because they've heard that's the slower, quieter time of year that it's just not nearly as busy there in the summer. And as we go through this episode, you'll hear there are things available in the summer to you at Disney World that are not available in the fall. So, I mean, you've got water parks. I guess we could start with the water parks.
Mhm.
Throughout the summer,
Okay.
we have both water parks open both days. So typically, Disney would only have one of their two water parks open at any said time, unless it's busy enough to require them to have two. And summertime is a time that they go ahead and open both water parks. And that means you can get two water parks in on one trip. So that's something that would not be an option for you if you visited in the fall. And I guess
Absolutely, and if you add a water park option to your ticket, did you know that you only pay about 3 or 4 more dollars than if you had just bought a single day ticket, and if you have a 4-day ticket plus the water park option, that's 4 entrances into a water park over your stay, so this is fantastic way to get in some water park time. Plus, May 26th is when that check in perk returns for Disney Resort guests, where on your check in day, you are eligible to visit one of the two Disney water parks. And I think they made it clear this year you can only do one from what I heard. I know that there was some talk last year about if you could hop from one to the other, but I think this year they said you get one option.
You'd really be pushing it to get there in time on arrival day to visit both parks. Neither of them are open super late at night typically. So, yeah, just
Yeah.
one of them per day. So, as Rachel mentioned, there's a couple different ways to visit the water parks. You can add that water park option onto your multi day ticket. You can purchase a ticket just for the water park, or if you have time on your arrival day, you will get free access to one of the water parks as a Disney Resort hotel guest. So, staying off property, you will not receive that benefit, even if you've purchased your regular park tickets. To get in free on your arrival day, you must be a Disney Resort hotel guest. I guess we could start, Rachel, just by going park to park through our four main theme parks and chatting through what
Yeah.
different things each park has to offer. So, it's your choice, Rachel. What park should we start in?
Well, let's start at Epcot because when I think of Cool
Uh-huh.
Kids Summer, I think of Goofy Core at Communicore Hall. And that to me was just as Communicore Hall changes throughout the year, Goofy Core became really the theme of that area. And I did not see any of the shows last summer. Missy and I were both there in July and saw several of the Cool Kids Summer happenings going on. I didn't see any of the shows, but I heard great things about it. And when I say show, Goofy's really having more of a dance party with everyone in his Goofy Core Hall. But I was amazed at how different the space looked. It was completely transformed from how I'm used to seeing it as looking like a cafeteria, which is what I think of with Community
Well,
Core Hall.
listen, they've done a lot of things. It does not normally look like a cafeteria. It's come a long way since its initial opening when everybody was in such an uproar because it did totally look like a cafeteria. But this is one time
Yes.
of year when they have it all done up there. So it says DJ Dance Pants and Goof Troop as they help Goofy lead the fun. So, I mean, I don't even know what that means. I don't know who DJ Dance Pants
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, so they seem to have a dance party inside. Goofy comes out and dances with the kids, but there's also
Mhm.
games and activities. There's a Goofy Says, which is interesting. I don't know how that works with, Goofy,
Mhm.
but Balloon Bonanza, a parachutes game, Limbo. There's all sorts of things to keep your kids entertained, get some energy out while in air conditioning, which is very nice for parents too, and just a lot of fun in that part of the park.
Right, so I'll tell you
Another thing coming to
what
Oh,
I'm
yeah, go
most
ahead. No,
excited
because 'cause I'm
for
gonna
in
save it.
Epcot, it's probably the same thing you were going to say, Rachel, is Soarin' Across America. So that's something we've been looking
Yes.
forward to since last fall when it was announced, honoring the heart and spirit of the nation as it soars into its 200th birthday celebration this summer. So we are very excited for that. I don't currently have plans to get to Disney World this summer. I wouldn't be surprised if I somehow make it there because I would like to, but we did schedule our Disneyland trip for this summer around when we can see Soarin' Across America out there. In Walt Disney World, it's opening Memorial Day weekend, correct? And then a little bit later
Mhm.
out in California, it's 4th of July week out there.
Yeah, so interestingly, it is opening up Memorial Day week, but it's opening up on Tuesday. So I wonder if they will have soft openings over the weekend, but I will
Mhm.
be there on the 26th, on May 26th, when it officially opens. You better believe we will be having lightning lanes for that day as we were trying to make sure that we can get on this attraction. It'll be a trip with my mother and my three children, and this is one of my mother's favorite attractions anyways. I think this is probably in her top 3, and it's a fantastic attraction, but I'm really excited about this one. I miss soaring over California tremendously, and I think this will be pretty nostalgic when it comes to seeing some of the locations, and, I don't think they've announced any definite location yet that they have filmed that I've
At
seen. I thought they were doing some
At the time we're
teasers.
recording this, they have not, but by the time it airs, they
Okay,
may, because we're recording it a little bit ahead of time
that's
here
true.
today.
Yes, we are recording ahead of time, so maybe.
A couple other things at Epcot that if I were heading there this summer, I would check out. If you have not been there in recent months, Test Track reopened last summer, reimagined, and Frozen Ever After just opened this February. those are some different things if you haven't been there recently that you can check out this summer if you visit Disney World. Did you have anything else on your list for Epcot, Rachel? That's all I had that I
I don't
thought of.
have anything else on my that's all I have for Epcot
Okay.
too.
All right. Let's head over to the
Yes.
studios next. I kind of figure like the studios,
Okay.
it seems to me like they have the most. I don't know about you. I haven't actually
Yes.
looked at a list of everything, but when I'm thinking about all of the things that I have heard that they were doing, the studios is my biggest list here.
Yeah, there's at least 4 things coming this summer to Hollywood Studios, so there is quite a bit. How about we start with Disney Junior Mickey Mouse Clubhouse
Okay.
Live?
Yes. Start.
Yeah,
And that starts May
so this
26th
new show
also.
Yes, I think May 26th is going to be a big day at Walt Disney World. There are several things that are starting on that date. My guess is to kind of disperse of some of the crowd. So it will really depend on what your family is more interested in. I don't know that Disney Junior Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Live will be a huge pull for many guests, but it still will be fun. Unfortunately, I will not be able to get to this show this summer, but I know my youngest would absolutely lose her mind to go to this show. This would be a lot of fun for her, but this will take place over at where they've had several Disney Junior live shows throughout the years.
All the way back to when it was
Also, in that,
Playhouse Disney, they used to do shows
yes,
there when it was Playhouse Disney, so, yes, and of course, this one is inspired by Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Everybody is familiar with that if you've watched Mickey in recent years or if you've turned on Disney Junior. Does Disney Junior actually exist anymore like a station, or is it
oh
all
yeah,
just o okay,
it's a station. It is on quite a bit at our house because they show Bluey a lot during
okay,
the
well
day. So,
Well, we all know I have failed
yes,
in the Bluey category, but we are very close
yes.
now to me experiencing Bluey. And Rachel, honestly, I have a little surprise for you when I see you soon because I saw a little Bluey item at my grocery store recently and I picked it up to bring to you for next time I see
I'm
you. So
excited. Okay.
in my house, we rely on Disney Plus to get our Mickey Mouse
Mm,
Clubhouse fix when we need one. So I wasn't sure if Disney Junior was still a show out there or not, but I believe we've got Goofy and Daisy and Pluto and Mickey and Minnie, so it'll be a great show. I definitely want to see it at some point.
yes.
Whenever I get back there next, I would definitely want to check it out.
Yeah, I'm excited. The last show that was there, it was getting a little outdated with some of the characters that were featured that are not on Disney Plus. Or sorry, I mean not Disney Plus. They are on Disney Plus. They're not on Disney Junior anymore. Vampirina's not shown during the day. Lion Guard, those sort of things were not being shown. So this will be very exciting for kids because this will be current shows that are up because Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Plus is now on Disney Junior and Disney Plus. This is a reboot of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. After Mickey Mouse Clubhouse ended, they had several other Mickey featured shows, but none of them seemed to have that kind of spark and
Mhm.
interest of children that Mickey Mouse Clubhouse had. So they revamped and rebooted that one, and it reminds me a lot of the old episodes. So it's pretty cute.
Okay, I had never heard of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Plus, but if it's like Mickey Mouse
Yeah.
Clubhouse, then I am pleased about it. So very good.
Yes. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good. All right. So here's the next very obvious thing happening over there at the studios. Still maybe somber for some, but we're moving forward with it, whether you like it or not. Over at Rock and Roller Coaster, we will be reopening soon with the Muppets. So, Rachel, I think you have a little info on that for us.
Yes. So the date that we are recording, it was just announced. It looks like Walt Disney World is starting to put out some teasers about what is coming and maybe an announcement of a date. Hopefully, by the time that this episode airs, we do have an opening date. But for now, summer of 2026, today, on the date of this recording, Disney did announce that a song that will be played is Song 2. This will be performed by the Electric Mayhem. However, from what we are seeing, this is song 2 that was originally performed by the band Blur. I guarantee you, you have heard this song unless you have lived in a cave in the last 25 years, 30 years probably at this point. You have heard this song. So it's a very
And I
catchy song.
basically
It's a very
have.
upbeat song.
As far
Yeah.
as music is concerned, I pretty much have lived in a cave. I mean, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse is probably heard more often in my life than current music is heard, simply by preference. I don't even have young children anymore. But I said to Rachel just prior to us recording this today, I said, "Hey, did you see they're playing song 2? What even is that?" I'm like, "I know nothing about the Muppets." And she said, "Song 2? Like, that's not a Muppet song. I know that song." And she told me I would know it. She played a clip of it for me. Sure enough, I did know it. So You probably have heard it too. If not, get yourself on
Yes.
Rock and Roller Coaster starting this summer and you can hear it there.
Yeah, I'm I'm curious if this how this cover will be, but it's a great song. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. It gets able to get you pumped up. So, song 2 was announced, and it says today's track, which makes me think that maybe there will be others. We're pulling back the curtain one track at a time, so there will be others. It looks like they will be covering some pretty popular songs. I'm excited about that. I think that will be fun to see what all that they will be doing, but that was announced as of the date of this recording. Another thing that's coming, the Magic of Disney animation. So this is over in the same area where the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse live show will take place, and they're revamping that area and completely redoing it. This will also open on May 26th, the same day as Mickey Mouse the Disney Junior Mickey Mouse Clubhouse live show will debut. So again, Disney is trying to disperse some of those crowds with several things opening on May the 26th, but this is definitely something that longtime fans are really looking forward to and anticipating with what this new space will be that is going to be inspired by the iconic Burbank studio lot.
And I think at this point, we've been told that outdoor area is going to open in May, but the indoor attractions are not going to be open yet, other than that Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Disney Junior show.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not with like
Yeah. So,
the animation attraction is not actually going to be open quite that soon, but
right.
hopefully in the not too distant future, we'll see that.
Yeah. So it says the storytelling begins outdoors. So we'll see how that area
Mhm.
will look and what will be happening in that area. Last year, they did have several things for children over in that lot
Mhm.
area where all of this will be headed. I got to color with Clarabelle, and they had Donald and Goofy out in the area playing games with kids too. So I'm sure they'll have several things to entertain guests for Cool Kids Summer and also to give kind of us an idea of what will be happening once the indoor areas will open up because they're since they are making a big deal about this, I'm imagining that there will be some things that will be taking place in the courtyard even before
Yeah,
the
and I
indoor
think that's
parts
a
open.
pretty solid area to use, pretty common area to use for some pop-up things like that. Like you had mentioned, these aren't
Yeah.
necessarily things that would be advertised ahead of time. I would assume they'll pop up in the app and you'll see them there the day of, but not necessarily. I mean, we came across some live music and different things last year when we were there, and
Mhm.
some of it I don't think had really been officially announced anywhere. So there will be more even than the things we talk about today. I do have one more thing on my list, and it's over in Star Wars Galaxy Edge, and that's a new mission coming soon to Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. And I believe that starts a few days earlier than the other things. May 22nd is when we'll have that new experience there coming to Smuggler's Run.
Yeah, May 22nd is when that opens, and I think this is a great use of the space. One nice thing about having a screened attraction like this is that you can change the screen. So, they are able to offer a new experience, and I know that fans of Star Wars who are fans of the Mandalorian series and Baby Yoda, whose real name is Grogu, it's not actually Yoda, will be there at some point in this too. So allows the engineer positions to communicate with Grogu during the mission. That will be fun because if you have been on this attraction, if you are not the pilot, it's not the same experience. I'll just put it that way. There's a reason why piloting it is such a popular part of the attraction. So we'll see how this changes for the poor engineers. Hopefully they will get a better job this time around.
Okay, should we head back over to the Magic Kingdom now?
That sounds great. Yes, let's head over to the Magic Kingdom because I think we're saving the best for last after this.
Are you saying Animal Kingdom is the best? Or were you forgetting we didn't
I
do
I'm
Animal
saying
Kingdom yet?
I'm saying well, I'm not forgetting, I'll say that. There's something I'm
Okay.
really excited about at Animal Kingdom.
Okay. Well, I'm curious to hear what that is. So let's breeze on through here. Over at Magic Kingdom, we have Jesse's Roundup, a rip roaring review at Magic Kingdom presented by Baby Bell. So that I believe is taking place over at the Diamond Horseshoe in Magic Kingdom. And it's a Toy Story inspired hoedown full of family fun. And I'm pretty sure we'll have Bullseye there in addition to Jesse and Woody, of course. So that'll be a fun, playful time there, I think, with different activities, dancing, some games. So geared towards the kids, but certainly guests of all ages are welcome to visit in there. And we also recently
Yeah,
had Buzz Lightyear reopened there, and Big Thunder Mountain Railroad have both opened already. So that's exciting. And coming back again nightly, or remaining there nightly since last year, we saw debut Starlight, the new parade. nighttime parade will continue to run every night through the summer. So that's always one of my favorite things there. I love a nighttime parade.
Yes, absolutely. So that will be exciting. And I'm guessing because of Jesse's Roundup, that dining service will not be available at Diamond Horseshoe. I know that we ate there last summer during Cool Kids Summer. So my guess is because of the games, playful activities, singing, dancing, that tables will be cleared out or at least pushed over all the way to the sides during the summer. So if somehow Diamond Horseshoe is your place to go to eat, I think you need to hold off on that while Cool Kids Summer is going on.
Well, they did
But
just
I
run
am
the
looking
same
for
menu as Liberty Tree Tavern, so you can get your
yes.
Diamond Horseshoe fix over there at Liberty Tree if you need
Yeah.
to.
But I am looking forward to experiencing Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin reopening again. That's one of my children's favorite, and of course, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, seeing, some of the new features that they've added to this attraction that they said are
Uh-huh.
coming, so this will be fun. All right, final park that we have is Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. And yes, this is one of my most anticipated things coming this summer because I think it's been a long time in the making. And I believe this will be extremely popular. And that is because Bluey and Bingo are on their way to Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. So this
I just
debuts.
I am so eager. I have now committed to watching Bluey for the first time with Rachel so that I can experience that. And that's coming up very soon. I may have actually already experienced it by the time this episode airs now that I'm thinking about it. So maybe when this airs and I listen to it, I'll be thinking, wow, you didn't even know what you were missing. Or I could be thinking, why is she so excited about this? I do not even understand. But because that's where I'm at right now. But okay, Rachel, Bluey's going to be there, and that's very exciting.
Bluey's gonna be there. I also have to say too, this is funny. My husband and I even had a conversation about what episodes I should show you on our cruise. He was even putting in his input. That's how much this is a beloved family show for us. So on March 22nd, Bluey will premiere at Fantasyland Theater in Disneyland Park. So we will already have an idea of some things that might be coming to Walt Disney World, although I do think it will be different because you're going into Bluey's school at Disneyland. On May 26, 2026, again, this is when Cool Kids Summer starts. This is when Soarin' Across America begins. Disney's Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Live begins. Also, same date over at Animal Kingdom theme park at the conservation station. You can come play and dance with Bluey and Bingo. You'll also be able to have play some of your favorite games like Keepy Uppy. And Missy has no idea what Keepy Uppy is, but I guarantee you Missy has played Keepy Uppy before. You can also
Okay.
snap some photos alongside your healer pals too.
All right, Rachel, if you say so. And if any of you
Keepy
out
Uppy is
there
just
are wanting to shame us for going on a Disney cruise and watching Bluey, you can go ahead and do that because I feel like it is shameful that I'm
yes.
going to spend time on a Disney cruise watching Bluey. But maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe Bluey's fantastic. I don't know. I hear people love Bluey.
It is.
I don't know.
And
Is this the type of
the
thing that
episodes are
the
8 minutes
parents
long.
are they're 8 minutes long? That's what? That's it?
Yeah, that's
Wow.
it.
I
So when
mean,
they have it then they show, like yeah, each season has, like, 50 something episodes. When they show an episode on, like, Disney Junior, they do 3 episodes at a time to fill in that 30-minute time slot. But, yeah, they're 8 minutes long. There is one longer episode that was a feature episode. It was probably about 24 to 30 minutes long, and they are working on an animated feature film, so
well, it's
which
no
won't come out,
wonder
I think
that people's attention spans have gotten so short because if you run an entire episode of a television show in 8 minutes, I just don't know what that says for us and for our future, Rachel. I'm a little
yes.
unsettled by that. 8 minutes.
8
8 minutes.
minutes. So, but the stories are pointed. You don't have a lot of different subplots and things like that. I mean, it's an 8-minute long episode about the point, and then you move on. But they are
Are there
fantastic. They are
problems to
very well
solve?
done.
Are there mysteries? Are there
Sometimes
mouse tools? What is this, Rachel?
there's not, but I will say, I know your family as music fans and appreciators of music with your girls in band and musicals and things like that. You will hear a lot of exposure to classical music in the show. As background music and things like that. And it's really fun when some of these songs come on, like maybe we're out at a store and they're playing classical music or something, and my kids go, "Hey, that's from Bluey." Actually, that's
Okay.
150 years old. It's a classical piece from it, but they can recognize these things because they're being exposed to them in a fun way. So
I do
this will be
understand
very
that.
exciting.
I appreciate that, absolutely. Back when my kids were little, it was the same case with little Einsteins, and I have a daughter
Yeah.
who plays the bassoon, and we have had several times over the last couple years that she would say, "Well, I knew this song because of little Einsteins." At least the music is a part of it. I am highly in favor of having music involved in that would help us avoid brain rot from staring at screens, so
Yes.
all
Yeah.
right,
I'm going
well,
to guess this train ride will have quite the queue, May 26th and going forward for a while as guests. I mean, kids and even parents will be anxiously anticipating going to see Bluey. So we will not make it this summer to go and see Bluey, but for our trip coming up in September, we will be heading over to Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park to check out the Bluey and Bingo experience that will be
but
located there.
Bluey is at Disneyland, though,
Yes, Bluey will be at
correct?
Disneyland in March.
We're
Yes,
beyond
Bluey's
March.
at
This is
Disneyland in March.
we're well beyond March at this point.
Right. Well, so Disneyland in March, but yes, at Walt Disney World, she'll be making
Okay.
her appearance there in May.
All right. Well, maybe I will see Bluey in the summer when I go to Disneyland then. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what
Because
kind of an impact
you
Bluey
will love
makes
her
to me.
so much. You will love her so much, and,
I hope I
you
do.
will, want to watch all the episodes by then, and I think especially with you having 2 girls, you'll see the dynamics there. I can definitely see parts of my children in each of the characters as far as there's an episode where they paint themselves to be the other one, and so there's 2 Blueys and then later 2 Bingos, and it's like the parents say something a little off guard and it upsets one of the children, and, but I completely understand because I have one child that is a helper, and I have one child that is not a helper.
Not a helper.
There was who tries to avoid things, and, that was a key part of this episode as well, so but that
All right.
really is all that's coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park this summer.
Well,
Zootopia, which is fairly new, are to be
I do want to mention what I think Cool Kids Summer, the thing that sticks out in my head the most from our trip there last year was in Animal Kingdom. And it was the silliest thing that I laughed at the time. But, Disney knows what they're doing because it sticks with you. And it was when we were getting our key lime pie on a stick. They had that last year, chocolate covered key lime pie on a stick that was available at Flame Tree Barbecue. And when we were waiting for it, some live musicians showed up and they started singing a Cool Kid Summer song to the tune of Hakuna Matata. And it was so silly, but it had some people dancing. And, you love hearing the music around the parks. It just, if you eliminated music from the parks, it would just not be the same experience at all. And so having that music as you walk through that area, it was across from Flame Tree near where the restrooms are in that area of the park. When I think Cool Kid Summer, that's what's going through my head because it's Hakuna Matata, but Cool Kid Summer because they drilled that into me just with like the couple minutes of me standing there to get my key lime pie last year. So there will be pop-up things like that in every park. There will be live music and character meet and greets and all kinds of things happening. You'll be able to see in the app that day and on the times guides there at the park to be able to see what's going on. So certainly check it out, ask cast members what's going on. So we got through the parks here, but we didn't talk about quite everything at the resorts. We talked about discounts, but we didn't talk about special cool kids summer offerings at the parks. And we do have or at the resorts rather. We do have a handful of participating resort hotels that are participating in some limited time activities. And those hotels are Disney's Art of Animation Resort, Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, Disney's Pop Century Resort, which is interesting because they're kind of all in a little cluster there on the skyline, on Disney Skyline. And then Disney's Port Orleans Resort Riverside. And those 4 resorts are
Mhm.
participating in some limited time activities. Those include some scheduled character appearances. I don't think we have those schedules right now, but of course, that's the type of thing that if you talk to somebody at the resort or look online, you'll be able to see once it's time there the guide for that. It says meet some favorite Disney pals like Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse during scheduled appearances. So They won't be at every single resort, but they will be at those resorts I mentioned.
Yeah, and there's also special libraries. You can celebrate Disney stories in libraries provided by Disney Publishing, and so that's so nice to bring to have some books to be able to read to your children while you're there, which is a great time to also have a pajama party. So they'll be also having a create your own bedtime story activity where the magic of a good book comes to life with the arrival of a favorite Disney character. I don't know about you, Missy, because I know your children are older, but so when we go to Walt Disney World and we're staying at the resort, one thing that's if we're in the room, we are on the channel that shows it says classic Mickey Mouse cartoons, but it is not classic Mickey Mouse cartoons. It's the newer cartoons, the ones that are very short, 4 or 5 minutes long. We watch those, but at a certain point in the evening, these turn into bedtime stories and they rotate through Cars, Frozen, some Roadster Racer stories. They rotate through those. So my kids always love to get into bed and watch 1 or 2 of those before they go off to sleep. So, that's what this makes me think of when I hear about the special libraries and the create your own bedtime story with the pajama party.
So I do know what channel you are referring to. I have seen it. We are not a
Okay.
bedtime story channel. We are a blue screen family channel. We are hardcore blue screen fans. If you don't know what that means, there is a Disney Resort TV channel that will list the parks and park hours and showtimes and everything. It just continuously scrolls through them. They have Little Einstein's music on there, Rachel, which is more commonly now known as music Gracie's played on her bassoon. Sometimes it sounds horrendous because the quality's not very good. It disappeared for a short time when they got new TVs and it was a new setup in the rooms, but luckily now it's one of the 70s. I want to say 72, 73 is the channel number, something around there. We have that on at nighttime. It's the light in the room as everyone's getting ready for bed, and it is the alarm to wake them up in the morning. I wake up and then I turn on the blue screen and wake everybody up. So
Right,
we
absolutely.
don't play the bedtime story channel. I hate to say I laughed when I saw Disney libraries, special libraries, because it's something I've never heard of there before. I'm not laughing at the fact there are books, but I thought, well, that's really something different and new. And wow, like you love to see that. I love to see that they're doing
Mhm.
something that's not screen related as much as I love their animation on screen, obviously. You know what I'm referring to here. We have so much time in the
Yes.
parks now that you have to be on your phone. And when families are having that special time, vacation time away with each other, I really don't appreciate how much we're forced to be on our phones now. So bringing in libraries with actual books, I hope when we actually see this, this is real books with real libraries brought to us by Disney Publishing and not some strange like read this book on this TV screen that we pop up or project here
Right.
on a wall.
Here's
So
a kiosk that you can go to
right.
and watch it, yeah.
So we'll see. Time will tell on that. I absolutely love it if these are real printed paper books that they're bringing in for families to read together. And then another thing
Yes.
on the list here is a pool party, which is something that we see at all of our resort hotels. And then a nighttime campfire, which is also something we typically see at all of our Disney resort hotels. So, a lot of opportunities outside of the parks to just relax and have some downtime, some family time enjoying your resort. It is so hard when you visit Disney and you invest that kind of money into the budget for that vacation. You feel like you want to be in the parks all the time to be getting your money's worth. But you're not just paying to stay at a Disney resort for the close proximity to the parks. There's so much more that's available at them. I really urge you try to make time to stay a little bit more at your hotel. Budget out some time, whether it's morning or evening and afternoon, an entire resort day. If you have time to fill it in, take a day off midweek, a break from the park just to enjoy your resort because every single one of Disney's resort hotels offers special things like this. All of them, no matter what the price point, whether you're staying at the $99 All Star Sports offer or the most expensive room on property at whatever deluxe resort it may be, take the time to enjoy your resort hotel because sometimes the best memories are made when you're not really scripted or scheduled or in a line for an official attraction. And it's when you're just there making memories together with your family. So I hope that's what Cool Kid Summer can bring to our listeners out there this year, whether you are at a Disney park or even at home. You know, this podcast is all about bringing a little bit of the Disney magic to your home, to your travel, to wherever you happen to be listening today. So try to settle down, take a deep breath, carve out some time for your family or your loved ones to do something that you enjoy other than the daily grind, because it sure gets exhausting day to day, just living life as we're accustomed to, with busy schedules with families and kids and work and all of life's responsibilities. So I love the
Yeah.
whole book thing. I love the Disney resorts. And if I can't get there this summer, I'll certainly be making some time to, I don't know, maybe watch Bluey at home. And that could be a new
Right, there
tradition
you
for
go.
us, like something with the family.
So I don't know why I just had this light bulb moment, but Disney's Pop Century is one of the participating resorts, and that's where we will be staying when all of this kicks off. So we'll definitely be checking out the library. And now we are leaving on the 27th, so we don't have a lot of time there. But I will ask when we check in if we'll be able to participate in some of these things beginning the 26th of May. Also, if you are traveling with little ones, so Missy's been out of this phase for a long time, and I'm really getting out of this phase. But Disney is also offering at these resorts, at these select resorts that we've mentioned, bottle warmers, infant bathtubs, diaper disposal units that are complimentary for you to use during your stay if you are traveling with infants. So the whole idea is that you will be able to pack lighter this summer because Disney is going to take care of it for you. They also have night lights. I just found out recently that diaper disposal units were a thing anyways. I know that you can request a crib or a pack and play, but you can also request a diaper disposal unit. And where was this information when my children were going through this? So that was never something when I called in to request a pack and play or a crib that they said, "Oh, would you like a diaper disposal unit too?" Because I would have gladly said yes. I just never thought to ask. Now on Disney Cruise Line, that has been in the cabin automatically when cruising with children, but wow, that's a really great thing if you're a parent to be able to have a diaper disposal unit in the room. So bravo, Disney. But if you are traveling with an infant this summer and you do take advantage of some of these, if you're staying at Pop or Art of Animation, Caribbean Beach Resort, or Orland Riverside, please let us know what kind of infant essentials that Walt Disney World was generous enough to offer complimentary for your stay. All right, Missy, I think that's about everything with Cool Kids Summer. Can you think of anything else that we have not gone over? One more thing, we don't typically talk about Disney Springs going on this, but Camp Rock, there will be some dance parties at Disney Springs featuring hit songs from Descendants, Wicked Wonderland, and Camp Rock 3 in celebration of these movies coming to Disney Plus this summer. So that's something else that your family can take advantage of if your family is in their Descendants or Camp Rock era as well.
Once you get into Descendants or Camp Rock, are you ever out of that era? I don't know, Rachel.
Well, we haven't gotten into it, so I can't answer
Let
that.
me tell you. Let me give you a special pro tip, Rachel. This is something I mentioned because it just came up this weekend in my family. We actually have we go to the Jersey Shore almost every summer for a stay, whether it be for a week or long weekend. My husband loves to fish. We do some shore fishing there and some charter boat fishing, and we stay on a beautiful island there off the Jersey Shore. And I can remember several years back when our plans for one day had to revolve around Disney's Channel release of, I think it was Teen Beach Movie 2. I don't think it was the original Teen Beach Movie. I think it was Teen Beach Movie 2 at the time. I don't remember specifically what year. Those songs are so catchy. I absolutely love them. They're great tween shows for boys and girls. I mean, there are some cool dudes in them and some very cool girls. Everybody's very cool in Teen Beach Movie. Those songs are so catchy. Cruisin' for a Bruisin' is probably one of my favorite songs. And I don't give
That's
it enough
funny.
credit. It came on. We were on our way home from one of the kids' events this weekend, and my husband was flicking around on the satellite radio channels. Every once in a while, the kids, even though they're like 17 and 20, will be like, "Oh, turn on Disney Channel, turn on Disney," whatever the Disney hits song is that Sirius XM
Yeah,
has. And a Teen Beach Movie song came on, and there I was singing along with every single word of this silly song.
that's so funny.
And I was like, when we go to the shore this summer, we're gonna have to take a night like after dark when everybody's settled for the day. We're just gonna have to cozy up as a family and watch Teen Beach Movie because it's a pretty good one. So
That's funny.
I'm assuming it's on Disney Plus. It must be. Everything's on Disney Plus. Well, whatever you guys out there, our listeners, are doing this summer, I hope that you'll continue to take us along with you, and we will continue to be there every week with brand new episodes talking about Disney, our travel experiences, and how we try to bring Disney magic into every week of our lives. So thanks so much for listening today about Cool Kids Summer. And now we will get into our listener question for the week.
Okay, our listener question this week comes to us, and our listener writes, "Can you take Disney transportation to another Disney resort to use their pool and pool facilities?" So, Missy, I will let you handle that one.
Okay, that's a big no. No, you cannot do that. There are just a couple exceptions there. The All Star Resorts share some pools, and the Port Orleans resorts, Riverside and French Quarter, are considered sister resorts. So they do share pools as well if you'd like to visit one or the other when staying at the opposite sister resort. But in general, no. Just because you can take Disney transportation from a park to another hotel, or even if it's one that connects somehow, maybe by boat or Skyliner to your hotel, that does not give you access to use their pools. So every Disney hotel does have a swimming pool. You are welcome to use that, but you are not able to use the pool that is at a resort where you are not a guest. If for some reason your pool is closed, if your feature pool is closed and Disney makes plans for you to be able to use another pool during the case of a refurbishment or something, they will make you aware of that. But other than those special situations, your pool is at your hotel and you can enjoy it, but you cannot hop over to anyone else's pool. So that is a good question. And even though it may be a little bit easy to do, I guess if people are figuring if you can just take the boat there, then why can't I swim there? But that is a no no. And it also
That is.
leads me right into our tip of the week this week, actually, because I have pool on the brain. We talked a little bit in today's episode about the Disney water parks and the option to visit the water park on your arrival day. I want to just remind you in today's tip of the week to pack your swimsuit in your carry on bags that you'll have easy access to once you arrive. Whether you plan on visiting the water park or your hotel pool for the day, you don't want to have to get there and have your room not be ready yet because you arrive early in the day and then have to dig through your whole giant suitcase for each person in your family to find their swimsuit. So pack smart. Remember to put the things that you need in your carry-on bag for the plane. So when you arrive at your hotel, you can get into enjoying your vacation as quickly as you possibly can. And that's going to do it for today's episode of A Disney Life Podcast. We appreciate you being here with us. We hope you come back again very soon. We'll be here back next week with another brand new episode. Thanks so much for listening and make it a great week.